All right, so yesterday we started a lot of these quests, and I think pretty much where we're at right now is we're just going to start doing them. So
Doris should be somewhere nearby.
start having a few chats here and see what we can come up with. Who am I looking for? Doris?
Just because the heavens have gone to rack and ruin, it don't mean...
Maybe inside a building?
Now, let's get this stone set out.
Want to know how to tell if the world's going to rack and ruin?
The world seems to be changing so fast lately, I can hardly... but what I do know is that there's no bad news.
The people of the rest may seem to be in high spirits.
Here we go.
It's been a pleasure, Doris. Just like old times.
I'll give your offer some thought, my lady.
Doris.
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to Martha's Rest?
You. I heard you were out here on your own, tracking our slaver. I trust you're being careful.
Of course. And it had to be me.
Oh, it had
The
to.
bearers from the Dragon's Eyrie confirmed a long-held suspicion of mine that the slaver we've been tracking is an old acquaintance. She's no fool. If we'd come in force, she would have spotted us straight away, and then vanished without a trace.
That was her just now, wasn't it? So, was it a fruitful reunion?
I'd say so. She tried to recruit me. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. She's abducted bearers from across the region and is looking to smuggle them back into Sambrek. After her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach, she hired herself an Imperial escort, which she wants me to join. She's dangerous, Sid, but I think I can stop her.
Then I'm going with you. I'll take care of the escort. You can see the bearers to safety. Where are they?
The Baum Archers, soon to break camp. You go on ahead. I'll follow once I've sent word back to the hideaway.
Okay. I'll be there. Alright, there's also something inside the tavern. Hi, Martha.
Ah, Clive, I was just about to send for you.
You were?
I want you to take something to Sir Wade up in Eastpool. Seeds for planting. Thought it was about time they started growing their own food.
I can do
I'll
that.
keep providing them with whatever they need in the meantime, of course.
Sure.
But if Eastpool's going to survive, it's got to be able to fend for itself. As of those poor bearers. They've lived their whole lives in servitude, but now they're their own masters. Small wonder they ain't got the foggiest how to provide for themselves. So it's up to us to teach them. And if you're wondering why you, well, the Wagoneers taking supplies up that way have been coming back with more and more reports of Akashic around the village of late. Sir Wade's putting a brave face on it, but I think even he's starting to worry. And if he's likely to share those concerns with anyone, it's you.
That's fair.
All right.
I'll take the seeds over.
Thanks.
I don't mind.
Wouldn't ask if I didn't have to.
Sir Wade is the homie.
There. That should be enough to keep him in Gazal Greens for a few years at least.
Gizal Greens.
Not the most mouth-watering crop, I'll admit. But they're hardy, they grow fast, and they fill a hole. Better that than something that'll wither away at first frost. And chocobos love 'em too, which is no small thing. When I say all of us need to pull together to get Eastpool back on its feet, I mean all of us. They ain't exactly succulent, but cook 'em right, and they're just about bearable.
I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, Sir Wade'll know what to do with them. And if he don't, well, I'll go up there and show him myself.
I'm sure you will.
Well, we'll have to take care of those Akashic first, but, you know. You know. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's just go ahead and talk to Sir Wade. We'll get that little chat out of the way. Sir Wade. What's up, dog?
Ah,
Lord Rossfield, what brings you to Eastpool?
A delivery from Martha.
These are Gizal green seeds. Martha's keen to cut the apron strings then, is she? I jest, of course. You see, I had thought we might be able to revive the old wheat fields, but they'd long since gone to seed, only without the seeds.
Martha was hoping he might be able to show the bearers how to plant and tend these.
Yeah.
So that they'll be able to fend for themselves.
That's not a bad idea. These bearers had only recently escaped their bonds before we brought them here. They know little of freedom, of providing for themselves and their loved ones. Unless we teach them how to live like free men, I fear that all we have achieved in bringing them here is to exchange one master for another. Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so far, subsisting almost entirely on Martha's charity as we do. It's about time we all started to provide for ourselves, bearers and Guardians alike. Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides bolstering our defenses. There have been alarming reports of...
The Horde.
Okay,
Closing in.
we know.
They're coming, so wait, all of them.
Damn it all, I thought we'd have more time. Gather the men in the square. Send to the rest for reinforcements.
Yes, Sir Wade.
The Horde.
A Kashek, a veritable legion of them. They've been seen prowling around the northern reaches for a while now. We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm that size. I had hoped to build a perimeter wall so that myself and the Guardians might be able to defend the village, but...
Now you're out of time.
Precisely. If reinforcements from the rest arrive before they do, we may just scrape through, but I fear that's rather an enormous if.
What if you could call on reinforcements from Eastpool?
You mean the bearers? We brought them here so they might live, not die, fighting for their lives.
So wait. You said you lack men to defend the village. Are the bearers not men? Do they not wish to see Eastpool saved? Though they may not be trained soldiers like your Guardians. What help they are able to offer could still prove the difference between victory and defeat.
Word.
You're right, my lord. I will appeal to them. My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter, to serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will, a home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade
Yeah, fuck
fights
yeah.
to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight
The fucking
like free
frying
men and
pan.
women?
Let's go. Nice.
give me a sword.
Fuck yeah, that's the spirit.
I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together.
Fucking Chad, let's go.
For Eastpool!
Yeah, Giga Chad.
Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Sir Wade is the best teacher I know. He's gonna kill it. He's gonna kill it so that they can kill the enemy. You know?
Well, if it was numbers you were lacking, you certainly won't be now.
Thanks to you.
Me? Oh, I just love the sound of my own voice.
Lord Rossfield, my lady, we're ready.
Let's go.
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments, each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. These will position themselves at strategic points around.
I was glad to see you survived all those years. Yeah, me too.
With the Akashic. Each detachment,
especially considering that we lost like most of the people from the castle.
Steadily retreating all the while.
You're going to lure them into the village?
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be avoided at all costs. Instead, we will focus purely on defense at first. By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, we will aim to have the swarm converge at a point of our choosing. With luck, that point will be the village square, the perfect place for our most able warriors to surround them and fall upon them, and for you and I to finish them off.
Fuck yeah, I like that plan.
But one that'll require a leader with a cool head and strong nerves to coordinate the retreat. I'd say you have both in abundance, Sir Wade, but you'll be needed. Please, leave the last of the fighting to me.
Ha! And let you have all the glory.
Sir Wade, they're here.
Then you know what you must do. We work together, everyone playing their part, each shielding the other that no man might fall, that Eastpool might live on.
Oh, we're gonna live on. Let's go.
For Rosaria!
We've no time to argue, my lord. I'll do as you ask.
And I will do as you ask.
All right, me and Tom Cruise, the boys are getting back together, chat. Oh shit.
Better do our bit too, then, eh?
Me and the boys are getting back together.
The calm before the storm.
Well, hello there.
Here it comes.
Here, have some of this.
Not let this village fall.
It's Jover. Bahamut. Yon chest. I can't open yon chest right now. Good start. Enemies juiced.
Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rosfield, change of plan.
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's ride and is headed in their direction.
Well, the better half of her guard is here. So wait, how many Akashic remain in Eastpool?
Hard to say. My men are still facing some resistance, but I think the worst is behind us.
So we better go
I
intercept
could
that
order
fucking
a
thing.
detachment or two to fall back and...
No. Let them finish the job.
I'll handle the
You
thing.
stay here too, Sir Wade. Your men need you. I'll go after the curl.
Yeah, that's what I was
Join
saying.
me only when Eastpool is won.
If you're sure, my lord. May the Founder protect you.
All right, we got to get out there. We can just go from here. It's fine. Martha.
Next one's mine. I might.
The curl was sighted on Rhiannon's ride back towards...
All right, I'm on my way. Fly, Ambrosia. I love how he says fly, but like... It's basically just an oversized chicken. Can't really fly. Yeah.
There it is. With me, Torgal.
Oh, he's so dead. He's so fucking dead, dude. Dude, the fucking Bahamut nuke is just so gross.
All right. Back to Eastpool.
Lord Rosfield, the curl, is it?
Gone.
It's dead.
Thank the Founder for that. And for you, my lord. We were able to eradicate the rest of the Horde. I have guardians posted around the village to keep watch for further attacks, but all seems quiet for now.
We did it.
I hesitate to say it, but I think it might be over.
I think it might.
For now.
We did it. We saved Eastpool.
We did.
Thank you, my friends. Thank you.
No, Sir Wade. It's us who should be thanking you. You brought us together. Showed us what it means to fight for what you hold dear.
We never had nothing to call our own before. We didn't know what it meant to protect it, but now we do. We really do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade. You and your people saved us, and still we doubted you. But there's no doubt in my mind anymore. We're free men now, so we have to start acting like it. We have to fight to protect what's ours. to protect
Oh,
Eastpool.
that's a proud young man right there. Well, he's.
We all shall.
They definitely didn't do a good job of making him look like a
This is our
middle-aged
home.
man, but I guess technically he's a
And if
middle-aged
anyone
man.
or anything tries to take it away,
My guess is that he's
They'll
like
have us
40
to
now,
answer to.
Come on then. Let's get to work.
but I don't think that they
This
changed
village
his
isn't gonna rebuild
his
itself.
like hair or face at all in the 18 years between the tutorial and now. I think
They're
that
not slaves
it
anymore.
might have slipped their mind. I don't know.
no. They're Rosarians. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight, and I believe if he was still with us today, this is what he would have wanted.
I believe you might be right.
Spent 12 more hours.
shall remain
Well,
here,
that's
my
because
lord,
you suck.
and
I'm
do
just
what I can to help rebuild
I'm
the
just
village.
kidding, buddy.
After all,
It's
this
a
is my
long
home
fucking
now,
game.
too.
It's a really
And
fucking
I could
long
hardly
game.
call myself an Eastpoolian if I didn't pull my weight.
Today's
I
probably
think
not
you'll
going to be
find
the
it's
last day, but
Eastpublian, Sir Wade.
I'm gonna be
should be
optimistic
proud
and
all the
hope for the
same.
best.
I'll have to pull my weight too. Can't have the rest getting outclassed. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back.
Can we continue to count on your support, Martha?
Of course, and I'll be counting on yours too. Us Rosarians have got to stick together, haven't we?
Indeed we have.
And Clive, come by the gold.
50 hours just got to the DLC. Yeah, they didn't hook me up with the DLC, so
All right.
I don't think I'll be playing it,
will.
but I know that with the DLC, the level cap increases.
Lord Rossfield, do you remember our very first mission together? Clearing the goblins from the Stillwind marshes.
What's cap? I think it's 60 if you get both
How
DLCs.
could I forget?
There's one sight that I shall never forget. You, facing off against that giant Morble. Not a trace of fear on your face. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving up. When the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor, I thought I may as well just lay down my sword and surrender. But every time I would think back to the look in your eyes that day and
You know it had a
remember
cap?
what it
Yeah.
means.
Yeah, the only reason I know that is because of the fact
Know
that the
whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never
the
lose
DLC
courage.
like description
Thanks
talks
to
about the
you.
level cap, and
So
I like looked through it when they gave me a copy of the
You
game.
have always been a true shield. I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of Rosaria, will be safe in your hands.
Thank you, my lord. I know the rest of the world will be safe in yours.
I'll do my best.
He's a pretty good tactician, that's for sure. All right, let's go talk to Martha. Let's get it squared up.
The hero returns. It's lucky you came by when you did, eh? Not only did my seeds get delivered, but you went and saved Eastpool and all.
I just did what I could.
And it's only right that you get rewarded for it. Take it before I change my mind.
Thank you, Martha.
So, Eastpool's finally back on its feet again. And a home to free bearers. Who'd have thought we'd see the day, eh?
Well, it was your idea.
I know that, but I never
Had
stopped
to
to think
restart
what
the
it would mean.
game.
Bearers in charge
Had
of
to minimize bug where it
themselves,
counts you as out of
thinking
game,
for
reduces
themselves,
FPS and vice
working for
versa.
themselves. Like your
Interesting. Yeah, I
hideaway,
think that
but
they
not even
I think
hidden
that they
away.
patched that yesterday.
Though I suppose the rest ain't much different nowadays. You know.
Maybe they
bearers
didn't. I don't
living
know. I could have sworn I
free
saw
like
something
that
in the patch notes for the patch that
reminds
came out
me of when I
yesterday.
first met Sid. Loath as I am to recall that particular day.
I take it you didn't always see eye to eye.
Still happens.
What happened?
Interesting.
Well, if you really want to know, I started doing what I do long before I met Sid. In fact, that's how I met him. Or at least how he came to meet me. He showed up at the stables one day, asking questions about who'd been buying up bearers. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Something awful, anyway. Me, I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. but somehow we both managed to work out what each other was about. And before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. After all my hard work. Told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. That my bearers were still dying as slaves. Got right under my skin, it did. Told him if he didn't like it, he could bugger off and report me to the garrison. And do you know what he did? He smiled. And then he laughed.
That sounds like the Sid I know.
And I did the same.
That sounds like the Sid we know, right,
I made a
chat?
pact that day that whenever one of us was in need, the other would always be there for him.
And you were?
Well, we both wanted the same thing.
I think it's crazy how important Sid was to the story of this game, even though he is only around for a very short part of it.
Elwyn became Archduke. Growing up, I saw how he tried to
Like, it
change
almost
things.
seems like the entire back
didn't lack for ambition, that
70% of the game is just one big tribute to Sid.
But the loftier one's ambitions, the harder they are to achieve. Which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to finish what people like Sid and my father started.
Suppose you're right.
I think Sid...
If we don't manage it...
I think Sid and his dad would have gotten along really well.
Good thing we've got a few half-decent sorts waiting in the wings, eh? It's almost enough to give you a little bit of hope.
Just a little.
Anyway, enough nattering. Better get back to work. Let's see about making everyone some dinner, shall we?
Ooh, Din Din?
Least
Let's
the folks
go.
who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal. And you and me ain't gonna save the world on an empty stomach neither.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Let's juice. Okay. Self-determination, even weirder science. Let's go to Aldhill. We can waltz our little way through the bridge area and whatnot.
Good. They haven't broken camp yet. How did Doris come to know a slaver, I wonder?
We've waited long enough. She's not coming. Ready the bearers. We're leaving.
Back to civilization, is it, Mom?
With all haste, lest any of you lackwits start talking like these feckless bumpkins. I presume your men are ready. We've suffered too many delays as it is. Any more, and I'll be docking your pay.
Yes, Mom.
Oh, but before you go, it appears we have company. Kill him.
You're welcome to try.
Oh, shit. Here, let's nuke. Is there another? Oh my god. I'm probably not gonna do the DLC, Jugo. I don't think I'm gonna have time, and B, they did not provide me with a DLC code. That's that good boy. I'm sure the DLC is great, but I think it's just going to be an issue of me not really having the time.
It's over.
It's Jover. Well, you don't have no guards anymore, Chief. She's not going to be happy.
So much for your escort.
You'll forgive me for not avenging my men. I'm not the swordswoman I used to be. I surrender. Do with me as you wish, Sid the Outlaw.
Sid.
Ah, Doris.
Got to 500k, and I'm curious to have the achievement
renegade.
Gillionaire.
You know,
Maybe.
I always wondered where you'd vanished to.
Maybe.
But casting your lot with this criminal of all people.
Better fighting for a cause than killing for coin. I'm sorry, Sid. I should have told you sooner. This woman, my former master, once trained bearer children to be weapons in service of the highest bidder. She raised me like a daughter, and I did terrible things to earn her favor.
It wasn't all terrible, surely. We had our fun, too.
Am I going to try play Dragon Ball? Probably
You're
not.
always so eager to learn.
I've never really been big into Dragon Ball.
Such clever hands.
I know.
My
Don't
other
at me,
children
okay?
took
I
either
just
to
have
the
never really been
blade
big
or
into
to
it,
the
okay?
books.
A lot of my like former
Always
coworkers when I was
either or.
working for Microsoft, they were like
But
huge
you
into it.
proved
Huge
yourself a
Dragon
master
Ball
of both.
enjoyers.
That's why I kept you for my own. How about it, my little dagger? Care to swear that blade to me again?
Nope.
I never swore my blade to you, nor will I ever. I fight for a higher cause, to liberate the bearers of this world. Farewell, Master. Thank you for making me the weapon I am.
You always were a righteous child. Perhaps that's the reason I loved you so.
What do you want to do with her?
I am not the killer she wanted me to be. Not anymore. And she no longer has friends in high places. The Dame does, though. Her connections at the Imperial Court will see that justice is done.
All right.
Sick.
If you're certain.
Yeah, just
I
let the
am.
system do its thing.
And thank you for everything. Now, I better let these bearers know that they're safe.
Should send them to Eastpool. They can have a free. They can be free there.
And I should head back to the hideaway and put Cole's mind at ease.
There's another quest that I have to do over here, though. So I'm not going to head back just yet. Unless they're going to force me to go back. Of course. Well, okay. You know what? That's fine.
Welcome back, Sid.
Hey, bud.
Doris's message just arrived. I hear you saved more bearers from being smuggled across the border.
I did?
With any luck, they'll be joining us in the hideaway shortly. Oh, and your letter. You don't need to worry about Doris anymore.
I'd been hoping as much. She mentioned one or two things in her report. So the slaver we'd been chasing all these months was her former master. Wish I'd known. She's been arrested, by the way, over in Sunbreak. Went quietly, or so we're told. And she won't be getting off lightly. The Empire may have no love for bearers, but it's none too fond of black market traders either. Can't be
What's
easy
my
for
opinion on
Doris.
FF16? Do I like it? I love it. It's a really, really great game.
But don't worry. She'll be all right.
I hope so. Suppose you should
I
know,
think
eh?
I like the
Quite the pass yourself before you came here, or so
I think I
understand.
like the totality of The Witcher 3 better,
Thanks again, Sid. The curse breakers would be lost without
but I
Doris.
really, really enjoyed this game.
And you, of course.
Keep up the good work, Cole.
right, that's everything for there for now. But I'm gonna go back. Fuck, I literally do that every day. Just give me the map. Yeah, I need to do this too. Yeah, I can just go back to Alto. Comment mode is from Devil May Cry developers. Yeah, I know it is. It's definitely been something that we've talked about probably every day for the last week. Now they did a great job with this game.
Time to fight.
You know, it's not perfect. It's definitely not perfect. But the complaints that I do have about it are really not bad at all. I think I've pretty much got a score in the back of my mind for it. Like out of 10, you know? There's really not a lot that I have to say that's like bad about the game. This game has a 6.9 out of 10. Yeah, okay. This game is a Chad out of 10 for me. Is that it? You just grab it? That's it? No. Oh, I think there might be more than just... Here we go.
I'll need to deal with these ones first.
Nice. Let me just do that. The story's great, the fights are great, but for such a big game, it just feels so empty. I mean, I think what it is, honestly, is that they've just tucked away so many, they've tucked away so much of the map behind side quests. And I think that definitely becomes more and more apparent the further you get into the game.
How to find this spherical echo.
Got him.
This is it. Right then. Just two more.
So where should we go next? We can do Northreach, I guess.
Fine.
Yeah, we can do new management first. Side quests are generic, at least the ones I've played. Yeah, I mean, like, you can definitely tell that they went the MMO route with a lot of the side quests in this game. Where it's like most of the quests are either like Slayer or Gatherer quests. And that's like 90% of MMORPG questing. And like the combat is great. Like I said, I mean it's fun to go kill stuff. And I feel like for the most part, like the enemy variety isn't bad. But I do think I would expect a little bit more considering the size of the game. And there are smaller games that have more enemy variety for sure. Oh, it's the other way. That's what it is. There are definitely smaller games that have more bosses. Or I should say in terms of, like, enemy variety slash bosses together.
Straight home now.
Because most of the, like, bounty board bosses are just, like, rehashed from the main quest. In some way, shape, or form. I mean, they're obviously not, like, icons or anything. They're not, like, icons or anything, obviously, but... in terms of... There should be a sphere thing around here. But, like, the little panther mobs and shit... New Game Plus brings new enemies? Does it really? Interesting. Now, is it like new enemies, or is it just like juiced up versions of old enemies? I'll definitely get around to FF7 eventually. It's just gonna have to be during a time of the year where, like, there's just not much else going on.
One to go.
Yeah, I did really enjoy this game, though. And still am, of course, enjoying the game.
There were ghosts at the gate.
Yeah, like I said, it's not perfect. I do wish that, I do wish that there, like, here's the thing, like, the game itself is actually pretty polished for the most part. Like, for the stuff that's in the game, it's pretty polished.
Oh, Clive. What am I to do? My wards and I may soon be without a home.
But yeah, I think,
The High Cardinal has descended from his lofty throne and taken up residence here in Northreach.
I think, honestly, the biggest thing that's missing for me
Leader of the Council of Elders,
is that the combat, like, build up for the most part, like, it's in the mid game, it's not an issue at all, but the early game combat is, like, really, really sleeper. And I do wish that the game itself was a bit harder.
With Northreach.
He wants to
Like, I get it, the game's not supposed to be, like, giga hard.
The foundation upon which to build a new Sambrek. He's already secured the support of the various army remnants.
But
with promises that they shall be afforded the respect they
I mean, I love that
Empire.
throughout the game you, like, go back to places that you already did main story quests in, and, like, you actually have a relationship with the people that are there that you've already worked with in the past, like Isabel, for example. I love that, and while the actual quest content itself is not, like,
he will not
out of this world insane.
What does Captain Philippe make of this? When the town was under attack, it was him
I
the
do
soldiers
think
rallied
that
around. Couldn't he
the
use that
world
influence
building
again?
elements that come from the quests are very good.
by speaking out against one of the most powerful men in Sambrek. A man whose stated aim is to revive the empire Philippe's comrades swore to serve.
I think the
And to
best
improve the
quests,
soldiers'
honestly,
lot
are
in it.
puzzle-based
The captain
quests.
can offer them a regular supply of gruel.
In terms
and
of,
an occasional trip to
like,
the Vale to help
both
them
main
forget
and
the
side
terrors
quest
they
content,
face
right? Like,
each
combat
day.
is obviously good,
The Duke
but I do like
offers
combat
them a
that
vision
is
of strength.
more strategic in nature.
No.
In games, I think I tend to prefer,
Any
like,
attempt to
strategic
incite
combat
mutiny would cost Philippe
rather
the
than just, like,
support of
mash
his
buttons
men.
until everything's dead.
If it did
And
not
this
cost
game
him
is
his
definitely
life,
a mash whatever button you
giving the
want
mood
until the
around
enemy
town.
dies type thing. Like, there are,
Mutiny
you know,
may
like,
yet
the
be
shields and stuff that you have to break down and stuff, but
The people have little
once you
appetite for further
unlock the end game
deprivation.
spells,
Least
all
of all
that
when
shit
it
just goes
serves
out the
only
window.
to
Like, you just
elevate
freaking,
others.
you just use the alt abilities of each
Clive,
icon, and then it just kills everything on the
to
screen.
Duke on my behalf. For your services to Northreach, you have the respect of the soldiers, and they will take you to his eminence if you ask them. And unlike Philippe, no bonds of loyalty prevent you from speaking your mind to the man. Well, will you try?
You could hardly fare any worse than I did.
I'll see what I can do.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Clive.
Tell me then, where will I find this Duke of Oriflamme? In the garrison?
Overseeing the troops, yes.
All right. Wish me luck.
Under new management.
I may have met this Duke before, at the Remembrance Ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
I don't remember.
Halt! Oh, sorry about that. You're the dame's man, aren't you? You got some business with the captain?
No, actually. With the Duke. I was hoping I might be able to speak with him.
We're under orders not to let any civilians pass. But you should be all right. His Eminence has heard all about you and your heroics.
Who the fuck is this
Wait
guy?
here. I'll go and ask.
Do I know you?
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid
He looks
to the
familiar,
garrison.
but I don't remember.
The Empire owes you a debt, and I shall see it repaid. But tell me, is it wealth that you seek, or favor?
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought only to inquire about your plan to turn Northreach into a stronghold.
Ah, I see. You are worried the expanded garrison will render your services redundant. Yet you needn't be. A proud fighting man like yourself shall always have a place here. Pride of place, in fact. For too long has the contribution of the noble soldier been under-reckoned. But no more. For it is they who shall see the Holy Empire rebuilt, beginning right here in Northreach.
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed from the recent troubles. Her defenses are sound, and her garrison well prepared. Which is more than can be said for Oriflamme or Twinside. The Empire wants for a capital, and I believe Northreach to be the perfect place.
A new capital.
Caer Norvent as her citadel. Once we have seen to the refortification of both the town and the castle, we need only build a wall around both to create a city that would be the envy of the twins. Plans are already
I mean, honestly,
underway
it's not
for
a bad
construction.
idea with the Mother Crystal not tying them down, but
These
I think
fools shall learn that they are no match for the might of Sandbreck.
I do think that being on a peninsula is still. I still feel like being on a peninsula is the way to go, though, and I'm pretty sure that the capital used to be on a peninsula.
To come together in defense of the town. Something they may be loath to do if they've been deprived of their worldly goods.
The people will do as their leaders command. If Sandbreck is to be rebuilt, she will require a functioning government. One whose authority is beyond question.
I feel like that's
That
kind
is
of.
why this levy is necessary.
I don't know. I feel like he's missing the
So
point.
that any man who wishes to join the army might do so and be fed, outfitted, and paid as befits a defender of the Empire. And yet there are those who persist in peddling the treasonous lie that I seek to steal from the people and drive them from their homes.
I suspect they're afraid of losing what little they have left.
Precisely.
Who the fuck are you?
The common folk have little and less, and you mean to deprive them of even that. You would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own salted earth.
Sabine, we have discussed this.
Yes.
Who the
and
fuck
I
is
told
Sabine?
you then how putting the empire before her citizens would lead only to revolt.
Without an empire, there are no citizens.
That is kind of true.
And in yours, there will be only beggars. Is that what Griga wills for her people?
Do not take her name in vain, Sabine.
I'll come back later.
Yeah, Clive's not getting in the middle of this shit.
A citizen's revolt. I wonder what the people really think of the Duke's plan. It wouldn't hurt to ask them, I suppose.
I mean, I do feel like a civilization without a government is probably not the play.
As long as you remain, the veil will see to you.
I mean, okay, right. So let's look at this from like a militaristic standpoint. Pretty much all of the nations right now that are in this world, I feel like are like pretty vulnerable. But generally speaking, I kind of feel like a nation that like does not have their shit together is probably going to get taken over by a neighbor at some point.
All right, there. What is it you're after, sir?
Just your opinion, actually.
Just kind of how things were in this sort of
Duke of Oriflamme.
Oh, him.
Sort of world state, you know.
Not much. None of us traders do. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall in the first place. Couldn't have the rabble getting any closer to the holy capital, could they? And now he's trying to drive us out completely, threatening to take everything we got from us if we don't clear off. If the dame said she wanted him run out of town, I'd be straight through that checkpoint, tar bucket in hand.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that the Duke is completely in the wrong, but I think he's going through quite a few extremes to try to get what he wants.
I've been hearing a lot of talk about a certain Duke.
Nothing good, I'll wager. Going around acting like he owns the place. And with hardly a word to the dame. This is her town, not his.
I take it you'd rather she was in charge.
As far as I'm concerned, she still is. Just need his eminence to sod off back to Oriflamme.
I kind of feel like the soldiers here are probably not going to turn their back on the dame, though. I mean, they said that they've been siding with him, but I don't know. I feel like her and her courtesans have been supplying quite a bit of love.
I heard the dame got
You know, some transactional love to the troops here. I don't know.
A question, if you don't mind. What do you think of the Duke of Oriflamme?
Right. No, okay, nobody likes the Duke, it's clear.
Build a life for yourself somewhere, earning for some noble to turn up and tell you you've got to hand it all over.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be sticking around too long here, Chief.
Given the right to empty our purses, he's in for a rude awakening. We'll do whatever it takes to keep what's ours. Whatever it takes.
All right, well...
The people seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
I feel like the soldiers can probably get paid off. That's going to be my guess. But there might be some soldiers that are still loyal to the dame. We'll do a little detective work. We'll figure it out.
Excuse me, do you have a moment? I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts on the Duke of Oriflamme.
Well, he's made a lot of enemies coming in the way he did.
Yeah.
I mean, look around us. You can see the state the realm's in. The traders might not like having the screws put on them, but if they volunteered a few more of their hard-earned gil before things got bad, maybe they wouldn't have to. I think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the Empire is the best way of making sure we're all protected. And if that means people who don't know one end of a sword from another have to make way for those who do, well, that's just how it goes.
I mean, yeah, there's definitely a lot of, like... There's definitely a truth on both sides of it, for sure. I do think that if they just, like, don't have a military and there's not government, it's going to be a problem. But like I said, I think the Duke might be pushing things to the extreme.
You're the one who was talking to his eminence.
On the dame's behalf, yes. I was trying to persuade him not to take the people's goodwill for granted, but it seems my words fell on deaf ears. What do you think of his plans?
I'm a soldier, mate. He tells me what to do, not the other way round. Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the dame, but I've got a family to look after.
So he's not a patron.
That's where my loyalties lie. Not with the town or the Empire, but with my wife and children.
That's fair.
If the Duke can get us the men and the equipment we need to fight off those blue-skinned bastards, I don't care how he does it.
Okay, he's looking out for his little babies. He's looking out for his babies. Can you really fault the guy for looking out? He's got 3 babies. Okay.
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme plans to turn this town into some sort of fortress. Do you think that's a good idea?
It's not for me to say. All I know is that unless the Emperor orders me otherwise, His Eminence's word is law.
But the Emperor's dead.
No one likes all these taxes and tariffs, but empires don't come for free. Once Sambrak is back on her feet, we'll all reap the benefits.
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this.
I mean, he's a duke of a different province, so I don't know. I don't know. Like, obviously, like, Clive doesn't really have... Not really like Clive can do a whole lot. Is Philippe the, like, the head knight guy? Is he the guy that helped defend this place? I think it is. I think it is him.
Do you have a moment?
For you?
Yeah, it's him.
Certainly. Clive, wasn't it? Thank you for last time. How can I help you?
I wanted to ask you about the Duke of Oriflamme. Do you intend to go along with his plan?
But to tell you the truth, I'm in 2 minds.
Fair.
It's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial Army to obey his orders. But I can't say I agree with him.
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect the people you loved. The Dame included.
That's right. I did.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either. She thinks they could tear Northreach apart.
And she's probably right. Thank you, Clive. I know what I need to do now. Protecting the people I love is what matters. Doesn't matter how. Well, duty calls, so I better go.
He's gonna just fucking kill him. I bet he just fucking kills him, dude.
It seems Philippe wants to do the right thing at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
Well, let's see.
Ah, Clive. How did you fare?
Not good.
Were you able to speak with the Duke?
I was, but...
Didn't go so well.
So Northreach is to be a fortress after all.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it will certainly help to hold back the thralls. There's no denying that. Though I doubt it will come as much consolation to the townspeople whose worldly goods are confiscated to pay for it. They deserve to be heard, Clive. To have a say in this new empire the Duke means to build.
I don't disagree with you.
His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinions, and hopes to reassert the authority of the state. I fear he sees the people as mere pawns on his chessboard to be sacrificed for the greater good. Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion, and would rather their destinies were in your hands. The soldiers, meanwhile, are content to follow their orders. And not just because of the Duke's rank, but because of his vision.
I thought as much. Had I sworn to protect Sambrak, I dare say I too would want nothing more than to see it rise from the ashes. Thank you for trying. But the battle is lost.
I don't know about that.
He's in some
What
new
happened to
garb.
your uniform? I handed it in, along with my resignation. Told the lads I wished them well, but that I owe it to those I love to call it a day.
Why?
Because I realize what really matters to me. Not following some nobleman's orders for the sake of it, but protecting what I care about. Protecting Northreach. I honestly don't know when those monsters will return, but I'm certain they're not finished with us yet. And when they do come back, we need to be ready for them. We need to stand together, all of us. And with you to lead us, milady, I reckon we can do it. It was you who finally convinced me, Clive. There's no point following orders if they go against everything you believe.
True.
Indeed.
All of us, standing together. That has always been Northreach's best hope. and one which still lies within our grasp. We have only to turn our attentions to the true enemy. Thank you, Philippe, for showing me what I must do.
Anything for you, milady. Speaking of standing together, would you mind if I borrowed a few of the lads from the Vale to help keep watch around the town? I fear His Eminence has loftier tasks in mind for the guard.
Not at all. Be my guest.
Wouldn't be the first time.
I think he's in love with her.
There may be hope for Northreach yet, especially with men like you and Philippe to champion our cause. I, for my part, shall continue to work upon the Duke, in the stubborn belief that I might still tempt him into joining hands. But I suspect I shall have to call upon your aid again. Until then, Clive.
Until then.
Until next time. Quest juiced. All right. Next up. Dude, we got so much work to do in the south. Oh my god. Oh, dude. All right, let's go here first. Dude, I fucking do that all the time. Let's go here first. Where exactly is it? Okay, it's not too far out. Although I think it's... Let's go up here first, but I think it might be in the lower part of it. I'm not sure, honestly.
Let's go.
I am not sure. It might be up here.
Be safe.
Alright, I think that's the last one.
That's all of them. Owain can uncross his toes now.
I'm gonna just go ahead and turn that in.
Ah, Sid. Wasn't expecting you back so soon.
Well, here I am.
So, is it good news or bad?
It's good news.
Good, thankfully. Here.
Ah, that's brilliant. Thanks a blimmin' million. I'll fit him to the smelter right away.
He's so happy. Okay, that thing looks just insanely juiced.
May I present to you the Telemon Furnace? Ain't bad, is she?
She's a beauty.
You saved my bacon again, Sid, and I ain't about to let your good deed go unrewarded.
It's fine, really. My bag's flexible enough already.
He's trying to touch my sack again, chat.
I'm sure I can make a few improvements to it, yeah.
He's trying to play with our sack again, chat.
Buy me a bigger...
How about that clasp? Looks a bit stiff. Reckon you could loosen it up and make some more room?
And I reckon I know how. With a new alloy we've been working on. The Telemon furnace was just what we needed to perfect it. It's a metal, see? So it's lovely and strong, but it's also, well, stretchy, if you can believe it.
Stretchy metal. Well, if you insist.
That is the spirit. You'll love it, I promise.
Oh my god, this guy's just way too excited about what he does. Look, chat. I love streaming, okay, but like you won't see me look like that on the stream, okay? I think he might love his job a little too much, okay? I think he might love it a little too much, if you know what I'm getting at.
It's actually quite ingenious. Thank you, Owain.
Shh, don't mention it. You earned it. And I wanted to get some practice in using that metal anyway. Reckon we'll have all kinds of uses for it around the hideaway. Can't think of any right now, but that's our job, innit? Dreaming up new ways to make life easier around here. Maybe even out there, too. One day, the whole world's gonna know about the inventions you've helped us put together. That bag of yours will be the first of many. You mark my words.
They'll hardly believe their eyes, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, more potions. Inventory juiced. Damn, 8 God damn, that's a lot. That is a lot indeed. Double mill. Blacksmith's blues. Okay. Yeah, so this is like all kind of connected here. Well, let's just travel there and just see what we can do.
Take that, you naughty thief!
Clive! To what do I owe the pleasure?
I just wanted to see how the town's been faring since you brought everyone together.
Since we brought everyone together, all is absolutely wonderful. Conrad and Natalie's hands remain safely away from each other's throats and firmly at the helm. Our stores are full, and the bandits still too disorganized to raid them.
That's good.
Just as the good Lady Jane and Lord Underhill intended.
Are you a lord? Lubor's going to be one too. They're going to make him the Lord of Dalamil, because of how he stopped all the grown-ups from fighting.
It's the mayor of Dalamil,
The mayor.
dear child, and the vote hasn't taken place just yet. But if the people wish me to lead them, I shall. And my first act will be to build a school so that menaces like you two learn not to interrupt your elders.
Yeah. Get him, dude.
Speaking of menaces, there may be a rather worrying one just over the horizon.
May there indeed.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside their differences and presenting a united front might have caught the bandits' attention. And they might have elected to take a similar approach. They have formed what one could call a League of Outlaws, and they grow more organized by the day.
But we'll fight them all off just like last time, no matter how many of them there are. Won't we, Lubor?
Of course we will. If we continue to work together, we can overcome any challenge we choose to face. The longer we avoid facing this one, the more difficult it will be. Until the only way to overcome it might be to run for the hills. Our best hope is to nip these efforts at organization in the bud by finding those ne'er-do-wells who have yet to join the cause and ensuring that they never do. Perhaps a certain Lord Underhill might be willing to lend us his aid once more?
Lord Underhill. That's my alias around here?
Thank you, my lord. Victor will fill you in on the particulars. I have him stationed by the desert gate, receiving and collating reports from my scouts. Such an amenable soul. He reminds me of you.
I'll go and speak with him.
What's the difference between
A League of Outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition.
Fuck yeah, we do. Alright, what's up, buddy? Victor.
Still in Dalamil, Victor?
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have returned to Cosnis by now.
I did. Then I came back. I've developed
He fucking
something of
loves
a
it here.
fondness for the place. And having worked so hard to see it saved from one fate, it would seem remiss to abandon it to another. A sentiment Master Lubor certainly isn't shy about exploiting. Hence my doing his bidding yet again.
You're not the only one.
What does he want you to do?
He asked for my aid in putting down the bandits. And he said that you might be able to help me find them.
Then you've come at just the right time. I was on my way to speak with Conrad about how to organize our forces. There are more camps in the vicinity than we can safely strike at once. But we must strike together, and we must strike soon at as many camps as we can. We can't give this league of theirs time to rally its forces.
Agreed.
All right. Which camp shall I take?
There's one upriver. Just out there, across the dunes.
Leave it with me.
Yeah, let me just, yeah, hold my beer. I'll be right back. Kind of feels like that's what we're doing.
Good girl.
Faster!
Fly, Ambrosier.
Those ne'er-do-wells want
All right. That must be the camp Victor mentioned. Come on then, Toggle.
That's him! The one who killed Locke and Fingers!
Yep, it was me.
Take his head off!
Nice. Enemies juiced. Damn, I got 3.4k skill. I don't think it's enough for an upgrade right now, but we're getting close. I think I need like 4,000.
Sid, where are you?
Hey, buddy.
Ah, I see the bandits didn't pose you any trouble.
No, but that's not why you're here, is it?
No. Something's happened. We need you back in Dalamil.
I'm on my way.
What is it?
The whole town's in uproar. They're saying that Lubor is a bearer.
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. They let one of the bandits escape, and his escape route took him right through Dalamil. Some of the children spotted him, and he was about to silence them. And when Lubor felled him with a bolt of magic, and without a crystal.
But that's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it all these years, which is what people are saying. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. No man is branded by choice. Still, all those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life. One who was made a leader of himself when the world believed he should have been a slave.
Fuck.
Fuck.
I don't know where we go from here, but I know one thing. Lubor needs all the friends he can get right now.
We're gonna be there for him.
You're right.
We're gonna be there for our boy. Lubor.
And now everyone knows. I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. And when that occasion arose, I forgot to reach for it. Well, it was bound to come out sooner or later.
We're sorry, Lubor. We tried to keep running, but we just couldn't anymore.
There's nothing to be sorry for. I rather enjoyed playing the hero for once. All that matters to me is that you two are safe.
If they're gonna try to oust him for saving 2 kids, fuck the rest of those people.
All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us all these years.
Did you save those 2 kids?
Once
Did
people
you?
make up their minds, it's hard to change them.
I'm about to light a fire under every single
Convince
person in
the
this
people
town's
not to let
ass.
their prejudices blind them. Convince them that nothing has changed. That their enemy lies outside these walls, not within them.
You're right. We should speak to everyone.
I'm glad you agree. I'll handle the townsfolk. I'm a Dalmec born and bred. They listen to me. You head to the tavern. Make Conrad and Natalie remember who Lubor really is. They know that Lubor
all I
and
gotta
are
say,
friends.
all I gotta say is that nobody else saved those 2 kids. So, as far as I'm concerned, everybody else can piss off.
Mediator of note.
They can piss right off.
Do what I can. Lubor, stay here with the children. I can't promise anything, but we'll try.
And that is all I can ask of you.
Why are you taking the bearers? Why do they always have to make such a fuss?
I knew all along that he was...
Forgive me for disturbing you, but could I have a moment of your time?
I've seen your face before.
As have I. Lord Underhill, wasn't it? Of the League of Merchants.
That's right. I wanted to speak to you about Lubor.
The rumors that he's a bearer. All true, I'm afraid.
He'll never be mayor now. Not if I have anything to do with it.
But what of his wares? Bearer or no, his steel is highly valued throughout the Republic. In this, at least, he's done the town a service. Might that not earn him a little leniency?
Leniency? He pretended to be one of us when he was laughing behind our backs all the while.
Nobody said he was laughing.
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us. He lied to you. He cannot be trusted.
So what do you propose? Will you drive him from his home? Close his forge?
Perhaps. That is a question for the people of Dalimil. And they will thank you not to get involved.
This town is fucking doomed. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, chat. Like, I think this town is...
The townsfolk have made their minds up. There was nothing I could do.
Nor I. Conrad and Natalie refused to consider
Yeah,
anything but their
this
own
town
wounded
is fucking
pride.
doomed. If people are... If this is how people are...
Once their anger is cooled, they might see things differently. For now, we should report back to Lubor.
All right.
Like, you have 2 leaders that just literally don't listen to reason at all.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearers?
I assume the situation is hopeless?
Unfortunately.
There's still hope. But
it's not looking good.
But perhaps not in this lifetime, I think it's fair to say.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. Give them time. They'll come around. We'll talk some sense into them in the end, you'll see.
No, you won't. And your efforts would be better spent elsewhere.
But Lubor...
Rosina would often tell me, that steel does not lie, that a blade is a reflection of the smith who forged it. To yourself be true, that was her point. Rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own making. But I do not doubt that she was always true to herself and what she believed in, right to the end. And so must I be. I must do what I know to be right, no matter what others might think of me. And now, I know what that is. I must embrace my new role of villain so that the people of Dalimil have something to unite against. For only united can they hope to stand against the threat that awaits them. I'll need to make a suitably dramatic exit, of course.
Don't go, Lubor. You're the only one who was ever kind to us. We'll be all alone. Again.
Trust me, little ones. It is for the best that I go. Not only for the town, but for you, too.
How could it possibly be for the best? These children need you.
We could take them to the hideaway.
The least you can do is give the townspeople a chance to change their minds.
They would not take it, Victor. It's over.
Over, you say? And so just like that, you're going to throw this town and these children to the wolves? I thought you were better than this. But it seems you had me fooled as well.
Victor.
Forget it. Do what you will.
You sure you're making the right choice, Lubor?
Nope.
Of those available to me, I believe it's the best one. Yes. Ah, but where are my manners? Here. A reward for clearing out that bandit camp. Right then. I have packing to do.
If there's anything I can do. Anything.
I'll bear it in mind. Thank you.
Man, he's getting fucked. That sucks, man. Quest juiced. I mean, they're gonna regret it when they don't have a fucking... They don't have good steel anymore. They're gonna be like, where's Lubor? And then they're gonna be fucking kicking themselves for not keeping him around. They'll come to regret the decision in time, I bet. Alright, let's go... You know what I should do? I think I've got enough for that upgrade to my skills. Let's see here. Oh, that's right, we have Shiva now too. Fuck, forgot about that. I wonder how good Shiva is as a as an icon. Let's see, cold snap, slide effortlessly across the ground. Can freeze enemies. River of Icicles. I bet this is Odin here. Honestly, it doesn't really look that good. Brings enemies towards Clive, which is kind of good. It just doesn't, like, they don't have, like, really heavy-hitting stuff. Like, I mean, it seems like it's decent for, like, crowd control, but this definitely doesn't seem like a nuker icon. Doesn't seem like it nukes at all. 4250 or 55. Okay, yeah, so 4250. Yeah, I'm willing to bet that the, like, juicer build is probably going to be, like, Odin, Bahamut, and Garuda. That's probably the juicer. Honestly, you could probably do the same thing with Titan. Titan's a pretty crazy build, too. Wind Up does some pretty crazy damage. Okay. Well, I think for now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and upgrade Flames of Rebirth. And at this point, the only thing we really need here is Judgment Bolt to go up. And then we can start doing some of the secondary skills.
So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
If you can swing a hammer, you can...
Who am I talking to? August?
Thought I'd have to.
There he is. Hey, buddy.
Clive! You're here!
And the Akashic?
Mostly off to the north still. But I spoke to Doris's scouts and it turns out things are worse than I thought. There's swarms of them out there. Told old Snotty to be ready to seal the north gate. That should buy us some time if we need it. Enough for the villagers to barricade themselves inside their homes at least.
Well done.
Welcome back, Sid.
Sold 10.
I'd never have guessed, you know. Not if August hadn't let slip. Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravost would turn out to be the realm's most infamous outlaw? Keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did you?
Hey, Blackthorn.
Blackthorn.
Oh, what are you doing here?
One of the scouts couldn't keep his voice down. Unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. Zoldan, how long's it been? Long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I see.
That your idea of an apology? Prick.
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best. For the village and that.
I did, yeah. But that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, didn't leave the chiefdom to the two of us. He left it to me. The best blacksmith in Dravost, barring himself, of course. Bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion. If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for grain. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen to me.
So you wasted half of mine instead.
You're what Dravost needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work and spare you lot the consequences. I may be a selfish prick, but I only did what I felt I had to.
Goddamn, we're getting the deep.
To do was your duty.
We're getting the deep lore on Blackthorn right now. Oh shit.
This is no time for
We're getting that deep lore,
We can
dude.
finish beating each other up once Dravost is safe.
Fine. I've said my piece anyway.
Yeah, so have I.
Sorry, Clive. I shouldn't have stuck my nose in. We're short enough on time as it is. Still, give us a mo, would you? I need to get my head straight before any of them Akashic try to bite it off. You, ready for the off then?
I'm ready.
We can't afford to waste any more time.
Right you are. Might be worth having one last word with the scouts, though. Don't want any nasty surprises, do we? Oh, and Blackthorn, you and Zoltan might be better off staying inside the...
Akashic on the move.
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls. And there are more coming up from the mines.
The mines?
What was I saying about nasty surprises?
They'll wash right over us if we stay out in the open. We're pulling back behind the gates.
Good idea. Get yourselves inside, but keep your weapons handy.
Understood.
I'm prepared to fight if I have to.
Well, let's hope you don't. That's our job. Once the scouts are inside, order your men to barricade the gates. No heroic last stands, you hear me? No fighting at all if you can help it.
Let the curse breakers do their job.
I've seen what Akashic beasts can do to armor. The people here are tough and willing, but they ain't equipped to face what's coming.
I'm going out there. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left. I'll give you as much time as I can.
And if they kill you?
You evacuate.
They're not gonna kill me.
I promise.
You'd better be right.
Look, I've gotten pretty good at killing
Dravost
Akashic.
till I get back.
Leave it to me. And give those things what for, yeah?
Bullhorn.
All right. Which one of you's first?
Probably the little guys. Just fucking nuke, dude. Ah! Jesus Christ, dude. Griffin, huh? That's like only the second Griffin I fought, and the other one was not a Kashik.
Too slow.
Good.
Is that it?
Is that all, stranger?
Apparently not.
Oh, damn. Is that a chimera? What is that? Looks like a chimera. It is.
Not getting past me.
Where's the snake tail, though? It's Jover. Very nice. Better head back. Are we out? I thought I was expecting there to be a quest or like a cutscene. Usually after combat like that, there's always a cutscene. I love how we said seal the gates and he just didn't do that.
You're even more fearsome than your reputation.
So I've been told.
Enough to give those Akashic monsters nightmares. I almost felt sorry for the wretched things. But mostly, I felt grateful. Dravoged won't forget what you did today.
I'm afraid I've only delayed the inevitable. There's no getting rid of that ether flood. Meaning that any living thing which stumbles into those mines will end up clawing at your walls again.
And that's if the flood don't spread. If it does, well, I hate to say it, but the village's days are numbered.
That may be, but we're staying just the same. With ether floods springing up all over, it's no less safe than anywhere, and more importantly, it's our home. We'll fortify the gates to the north, and I'll see that they're guarded day and night.
All right. Then we'll give you a hand shoring up those defenses.
As for you, Blackthorn, that's twice you've turned up when Dravos needed you. So, thanks.
I shouldn't have stayed away so long. And I shouldn't have left without talking it over with you first.
Too bloody right you shouldn't. Though I doubt I'd have listened. I always envied you. How you made everything look so easy when, for me, it was anything but. You leaving gave me the perfect excuse to hate you. And from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd stayed. But what you said earlier, it was true.
They're making up, Chip.
It would have been the death of this place.
Finally, something we can agree on. I hope you see the sense of it eventually. You kept this place alive.
Alive, perhaps. Wealthy even, but Dravoged isn't what it once was. Our work used to be the pride of Dalmekia. Now, we churn out the same rubbish day after day because it's easy and turns a profit. It's not about the craft anymore. I wouldn't send my sons to war wearing the shit most of our smiths are making. I've kept working, honing my skills, trying to lead by example, but no one sees the point. The average castle apprentice has as much passion for the craft as our current lot. Come back to us, Blackthorn. Remind Dravoged what a true master blacksmith looks like. I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means we can work at the same forge again.
That's a kind offer. Kinder than I deserve. And I wish I could accept, but I'm needed elsewhere. There's people who trust their lives to my steel, and I daren't let them down.
Fair enough.
But that doesn't mean I couldn't visit from time to time. Let's see if we can't rekindle this town's passion for the craft, shall we?
I'd like that.
Just be sure to tell
Hug it out.
Snotty to let me in the next time I come calling, yeah?
Knowing him, he'd let you in anyway.
Hug it out. Come on.
Blackthorn. The Master Smith turned outlaw. Back in my good graces. I never thought I'd see the day.
I'd say that went pretty well, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it went pretty good.
Better than I'd hoped.
Way better than I thought it was going to go.
Sid, I've got something for you.
What is it? The craft anvil.
And this is?
A token of our lasting gratitude. But I'm of a mind to make you a far grander gift. Designs for a certain sword have been passed down from chief to chief for generations.
Now hold on, Zoltan. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. There's not been a craftsman equal to the task. I'll admit your cinders make impressive steel, and I've learned to own an edge Odin will be proud of. But the engravings on that thing are enough to make a jeweler cry. And they're not just for show, either.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravozd in the first place? Hmm? A certain ring?
Oh shit.
I knew I'd never
We're gonna get the Blackthorn Zoltan collab, dude. Oh shit.
Different kind of metalwork between the two of us. I'd say we're the equal of any master craftsman ever to have graced a forge.
You know what? I think you might be right. Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zoltan came back to the Hideaway, would you?
He's more than welcome, as long as he can keep our secret.
Right. Zoltan, get your tools. We've got a legend to forge.
We're about to make the fucking juicer, dude. Oh shit. We're about to make the juicer. Let's see it.
Ah, the man himself.
We were just about to make a start on that sword I promised you.
It's funny, but none of this would have been possible without your help. You remember Camille? We'll be using his leatherwork for the grip. The steel, meanwhile, will be tempered in a fire, burning the cinders you charmed out of old Zoltan here.
Nice.
And that whetstone from the Outer Isles, that'll be what gives the blade its edge.
Nice.
And the final flourish will be my talented colleagues' engraving.
A team effort led by the greatest blacksmith alive.
Now, save that talk to the thing's finish, yeah?
I can't wait to see this shit.
I'm ready if you are.
To the bellows it is then.
Fuck yeah. Let's juice it.
Well, bugger me. We actually did it.
Nice. That doesn't look like a leather
Sword to
grip.
end all swords. Ragnarok.
It's
It looks pretty sick.
quite something.
It doesn't have a leather grip though, dog.
Trust you'll take good care of it.
Thank you. Both of you.
So, does this make you pair the greatest craftsman alive then?
This? Nah. This was just following the footsteps of the greats of old. It'll take more than that to earn us our place in history. But we're up for the challenge. Here.
A list of materials.
Zoltan and I got talking on the long road back from Dravozd.
We reckon with those items there, we could craft something even better than the Ragnarok.
Oh shit.
Something worthy of a legendary outlaw like yourself.
That's a weapon I'd like to see. You leave this list with me.
I was hoping you'd say that.
One legend at a time, eh, lads?
So I wonder if
Before you
this is
start
going to
on
be a
the next,
legendary sword, but we can make another one maybe?
Raising a cup to friendship reforged.
Good idea. No more drinking to forget my past. It's about time I had something to celebrate.
Then tap the kegs! Vulcan's boys are on their way!
Me and the boys are getting back together. Quest juiced. Ragnarok 325. Okay. I wonder what we need for that sword. It's gonna be some fucking crazy shit, dude. It's gonna be some absolutely crazy shit. Alright, let's see.
Trouble with your gear, or... I never thought me and Zoltan would ever speak again, let alone work together. And if it hadn't been for you, we wouldn't. You've been a good friend to me, Clive. The best. What do you want?
Alright, so what's it take to get that sword made? 375 power. I need an aura chalcum. I need 2 more. 2 dark steel and a primitive battle horn. Well, alright then.
Anything else?
I will see what I can do about getting that stuff. Okay, well, we just got 2 quests left. Let's get in there. Why not? Did it not equip the sword that I had? Hold on. I don't think it equipped the sword that we got. Yeah, there we go. That sword looks sick, though. That sword is actually dripped the fuck out.
Lord Rosfield, is there aught the Undying might assist you with this day?
Perhaps. My brother said that your order was helping him with his quest to uncover Ultima's origins. Have you learned anything of note since last we spoke?
Little and less, I regret to report.
I see.
Be assured, however, that we will not rest until the truth is known. Even now, our archaeologians scour ruins in every corner of the realm for traces of Ultima's touch.
Fallen ruins, I take it. Dating back as far as Phoenix Gate.
Indeed. Ultima's thralls are oft sighted among the remnants of the fallen civilization, as if protecting the secrets concealed within.
Secrets we'd see unearthed.
Should our methods be of interest, my lord?
Yeah, Kai. I haven't messed with it since the last time I did it. Froze my game and I lost progress.
Of course.
So I haven't bothered with it. I'm scared. I'm scared.
With Kretov, a small hamlet built around a fallen airship.
I only lost like a few minutes of progress, but yeah, I just haven't messed with it because it froze my game.
Preliminary findings, but if you would consent to do so in my stead, I'm sure that they would be honored to relate any discoveries they have made to you directly.
Sure.
All right. I'll go and meet with them.
They will be most gratified, I am sure. Might I suggest you take the road through Titan's Wake? It will lead you straight to the village after but a short walk.
Thank you. I will.
I wish you a safe journey, my lord. May the Firebird's flames burn ever in your heart.
So where's that? Okay. It says inaccessible, but I think he's referring to this here, Titan's Wake. Well, before we start that, let's start this other quest too. Is this my buddy Theo? Oh, shit, dude.
Ah, Clive. You'll be pleased to know that the negotiations are progressing well.
That is good news.
Yes. Our comrade in Randala has just sent word that the contract should be signed very soon. But I still have much and more to prepare. It's a huge undertaking moving this many bearers at once. You couldn't do me a quick favor, could you?
What is it?
What is it this time? More wild beasts?
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the caravans and ask El how long we have until the bearers arrive. Find out exactly how much faster I need to get all these supplies moved.
All right. I'll go and ask.
Thanks, Clive. I owe you one.
Don't blame yourself, El. This is their fault, not yours.
I know, but...
No buts about it, all right?
Is something wrong?
Vonnie came to give me a message from our intermediary. The talks with the Republican army have fallen through.
What?
They've reached an agreement with the Silver Peak Consortium instead. Though prices have fallen of late, we deliberately offered above the going rate to try and deter other bidders. But the consortium offered double what we did, and the army jumped at the chance.
And you had no opportunity to make a counteroffer?
None at all. And we were so close.
El? What's happened? I saw Vonnie leaving. She didn't look happy.
And with good reason.
Fuck. Well, it sounds like I need to go persuade some people, maybe by way of steel.
But I thought we were the only ones the Fist was speaking to about the bearers. How did the consortium even find out about this?
It's not so surprising. They have ears all over the Republic. This isn't over. The consortium will have to sell these bearers eventually, and at the price they paid, buyers will be few and far between. I'm going to Randalar myself.
Alone?
I'll come with you.
You sure that's wise?
Are you offering to be my bodyguard?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
How kind. Meet me at the checkpoint near the capital gates. I'll send an owl ahead and request a meeting. You go to Cashlock, Theo, and get everything ready. We've waited far too long as it is. Even if I fail to free these bearers, there will be others. Someone needs to prepare the place and keep any prowling beasts at bay.
Oh, and that's me, is it?
It is.
Well, it looks like I'm following orders till she gets back from meeting the Silver Peak Consortium, who've been doing their best to undermine our scheme. She'll never join them after this, surely. No, she said it herself. She still has plans for Cashlock, even if this one falls through. She means to stay with us then. I can't say I'm not happy to hear it, but...
There's like a subplot going on aside from this bearer thing.
You're right.
He wants her to be happy and to like go beyond just like doing what
for the cause, I should do my part
what they've been doing. He wants her to like make decisions for herself.
Safe travels, my friend. I'll gather my men and leave for Cashlock.
So something tells me that after this, there's going to be more. Well, I'm sure it's all going to tie in at the end.
Stop
But
my sister biting the consortium's heads off. If she won't consider her prospects, someone has to.
I'll do my best.
I can't imagine she would join them after this.
All right, to Randalar then.
All right, so yeah, we can. Do this one now, I guess.
Keep Eloise waiting.
What I wouldn't give for a hot meal.
When are they gonna let us through?
Come on.
All right. Why are you scared?
I hope I didn't keep you waiting.
I think it's because the enemies were nearby.
Did you arrange to speak with the consortium?
Here they are now.
You wish to consult with me?
I did. It's about the bearers you recently purchased from the Fist. We had all but finished making arrangements to buy them ourselves, and then you stepped into the fray.
You misunderstand. The consortium had an interest in purchasing them from the very first. It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding. But your hesitancy in accepting our offer to you suggested that the regard was not mutual. And so we resumed our business.
I did not hesitate. I am simply not inclined to make such decisions without first giving them due consideration. But what is done is done. Come then. How much do you want for them?
Alas, you are too late yet again. We rarely take on such unconventional merchandise without a purchaser in mind. The bearers belong to him, now.
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across the water. A most demanding fellow, if it's any consolation. He insisted the bearers be fed, dressed, even given their own bunks for the voyage over. That's what you get when you deal with continental types.
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the continent is quite different to ours. They pay good money for bearers not fit for the knacker's yard, and treat them like kings. But as long as they pay...
That does sound unusual. No matter then. If they've already left our shores, there's little that can be done. Allow me to withdraw my interest. And with it, my interest in joining your organization.
My associates will be sorry to hear that.
You don't want to work with those guys anyway. They're a bunch of fucking sleazy motherfuckers.
I'm sorry you weren't able to save them.
As am I. But I only have myself to blame. He was right, you see. The Silver Peak Consortium did intend to buy those bearers before I did. Their representative hinted at a possible purchase when he came to recruit me. I feigned interest in joining them in the hope he might be encouraged to tell me more. And he did just that. As soon as he left, I sent my own offer to Randalar.
So you never...
No. I entertained the Consortium's proposal solely so I could learn more about those bearers. But I was a fool to think they wouldn't find out. I knew exactly who I was dealing with.
So she never actually wanted to go there.
I did. And if what he said was true, the bearers are to be well treated. Which is something, at least. But they deserved more. I wanted so badly to see them freed.
Eloise! Eloise! Word from Cashlock. The village is under attack. A pack of beasts have come down from the mountains, and there's a dragon at its head. Theo and the others are trying to hold them off as best they can, but the odds are against them.
Well, let's get over there.
They need help, and fast.
Theo!
I'll go on ahead.
Thank you, Clive. I'll gather some men and join you there. Just... make sure he's safe.
Are they gonna make me run down there again? That's kind of far, dude. Alright, I'm gonna go here.
Faster!
That'll do, girl. Where's Theodore?
Upriver!
He led the dragon that way to keep it from the village, but the whole area's flooded with ether.
We just have to pray he makes it out in one piece.
I can do better than that. Torgal, with me.
Vogel. Well, he's like way upriver. What the fuck?
Ready, go?
Yeah!
I feel like they didn't need to add the frickin' triumphant music every time you get on the Chocobo. I feel like when you're in like a situation that's like really intense like this, where you're like chasing down an enemy, it kind of breaks the intensity of it a little bit.
Damn it.
have already turned. I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does.
You found him. Oh, fuck.
Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy.
Juice it. Nice. Enemies juiced. All right, where's Theo?
Clive? Theodore, you had me worried for...
Oh, no.
We have to get you out of here. I think it might be a little too late
fuck.
for that.
Theo.
Oh no. There's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Sid.
Theo.
For finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream. Theodore.
No. No. Theo.
Don't make me do this.
Stop it, Theo!
so will you!
I'm sorry.
Take care of my sister. Theodore, wait. Goodbye, El.
Theo. We have to get her out of here. It's not safe. I'm sorry, El. Damn it. Theo was a good guy. Fuck. That's the first time we've seen somebody turn.
Thank you, Clive.
Like, firsthand.
I think I'll be all right now.
That was true bravery he showed. Leading the dragon away from the village like that. His first instinct was always to protect people. To put others' well-being before his own.
And now he's gone. Because I sent him to that place. Against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own. So that you would finally be free to live your own life.
To live my own life. He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading houses. And I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. While I studied the art of commerce, he played at soldiers instead. A late bloomer. In more ways than one. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house and into the care of the constables. But before they could, I took him into mine.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from slavery. But he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called your bonds, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from time to time how much easier my life might have been if I had allowed Theo to be taken and devoted myself to the family business instead. But I have never regretted the decision I made. Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition or reputation. I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night and the choice I made and the fact that I would make the same choice again in a heartbeat. He was never a burden. How could he even think that? If anything, I was the one who weighed him down.
You weren't, Eloise. He said it himself, that he had always been grateful to you for saving him, and that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life you were denied. Neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You loved one another. You did whatever was necessary to continue living your lives together, and you always would have.
You're right. All I ever wanted,
all I ever did. It was so we could be together. Oh, Theo. Why did you have to...
Fuck. That's all I can say, Chet. Just fuck, dude. That sucks. Imagine a side. This is the first side quest I think I've done in my entire gaming career where you actually lose like a kind of major character in a side
But I'm
quest.
staying here at the Crimson Caravans to continue our work. We can make a difference here. We can help people. Save them. I need nothing more from life than that. So I'll carry on doing what we do. Ensuring that goods, people, bearers get where they need to be. Bringing smiles to people's faces, just like we always have. And to Theo's, wherever he is. This is the life I have chosen. The life I will always choose.
I've made a choice of my own. To continue helping you however I can. Whenever you need it.
Thank you, Clive. Let's go on together then. For Theodore.
For Theo. I can't say quest juiced on this one. We did not juice that quest. We lost Theo. We lost Theo. There was nothing juicy about that quest. There was nothing juicy about it. All right, so we got to go down the Gilded Path. Titan's Wake. Yeah, we should be good.
Let's go.
We gotta go left. Right here. Good. Enjoyed where I'm heading. Hog.
No mistakes.
Alright, so this is a fallen ruin, and we're getting intel from the Undying peeps.
This might take a while.
Okay, so we're entering
Time to fight.
a quarry of some sort.
Straight home now.
You go on home, little buddy. Oh, shit. No, those are my people. Fuck.
You'll pay for this.
They're called the Undying. Maybe they'll get back up after we're done here.
There may still be survivors.
They're called the Undying for a reason, right?
Stay down.
Damn, this place is a fucking ghost town. Jesus Christ. Fool's Gold.
Say it's their leader.
Enemies juiced. Damn, I got 246,000 gil. God damn.
Should have stayed in the past. These must be Cyril's colleagues.
You have our thanks, stranger.
Who are you?
Ah, forgive me, my lord. I did not recognize you. You are Lord Rosfield, are you not? We are archaeologians, tasked with surveying this site. When the echoes appeared, our brothers here occupied their attentions. Thanks to them, and to you, we were, for a mercy, able to see our duty to its conclusion.
You call that a mercy? Your brothers might still be alive if you put their safety before your duty. Surely this survey wasn't worth dying for.
We are charged with uncovering Ultima's origins, a duty of the highest import, as I'm sure you will agree.
And you think your dead brothers would agree with you too?
I know they would. They gave their lives for the cause, an honor to which all Undying aspire. Now, to what do we owe the honor of your presence, Lord Marquis?
Cyril told me of your work here, and I agreed to collect your findings in his stead.
I see. That is most kind. Pray, take them then, with our humble thanks. May the Firebird's flame burn ever in your heart, as it does in ours.
I don't think Clive is too happy with these guys.
It's one thing to lay down your life for another, but for a survey, I suppose I'd better get this back to Cyril.
Think no more of us, my lord.
Cyril?
Ah, you are returned, my lord.
I collected your colleagues' preliminary findings. Here, take them.
My thanks. I shall study them, and inform you forthwith if I discover aught that might aid you in your fight against Ultima.
Cyril, your survey party suffered several losses in Kretov. Losses which could have been avoided, had the others not chosen to complete their work, instead of saving their friends. Were these your orders?
No. This was their choice. Every Undying devotes his life to the service of the Phoenix. It is our sole duty, and should we die in discharging it, so be it.
Even when death is avoidable.
My lord, I fear that this is not a point over which it would be fruitful to argue. The Undying have served the Phoenix for countless generations, and your opinion of our methods, however earnest, is not like to change them. We live to serve the Phoenix. Our very order exists for that purpose, and that purpose alone.
Cyril, I know that you and your brethren answer only to Joshua, but allow me to offer you a word of advice. It does not further the cause of the Phoenix to have his loyal followers surrender their lives without good reason. Provide your survey parties with an escort, that they might live to do their duty for years to come. Think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix, but how Joshua would want you to serve him. Please. For all our sakes.
I thank you for your advice, my lord. If you will permit me to respond, our faith in his grace, Joshua Rosfield, is absolute, and we of the Undying will do what we believe is right to fulfill our duty unto him. As first shield to the Phoenix, I am sure you understand what it means to do one's duty.
I do.
Then we are of the same mind. And it is my hope that we may continue to do our duty together.
I don't think Clive much likes his tone, chat. I don't think I like his tone, right? I wouldn't be surprised if that comes up later on. He says, you know what, Cyril? I don't think I like your tone. And you know what? He's probably not going to give a fuck. All right, I think we did everything, right? Pretty sure we've got everything we need squared away. We need to go to the infirmary and start the main quest. But before we do that, a couple things. First off, we have grown in renown. We've rallied the crew that is Twitch chat to supply me with some goods as we have done deeds around the land.
Is everything we've received and everything
2,500 ability points. Absolutely huge.
Come again. I may have more for you.
Giga huge. I don't think it's enough for me to buy anything yet, but we need 5,500 for the Judgment Bolt upgrade. But I think what I'm going to do is, actually, let me see. Does that hunt board give me skill points? The dragon? I don't know if he does. No. With max 2 icons, so have nowhere near enough points to come close. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that Odin's tree is going to be insane. Like, it's probably going to be like 20,000 or something just to max out one skill. It's probably going to be insane. All right. So, yeah, I mean, but I would get 60 if I did somehow find the means to kill the dragon here. I would get 60 renown. But that doesn't give me skill points.
All done?
This cost round point with Bahamut's. Interesting. I mean, that's still 11k for one fucking skill, though. Like it's gonna be insane, insanely expensive. But my thought is that maybe I could do like Bahamut. I think Garuda is pretty close to what Phoenix costs, so I think we'll be pretty close. I think we'll be pretty close on that stuff. I think while I'm waiting to save up the other 2,000 that I need for this, though, I think I'm gonna buy these just for now. I feel like this one would actually be kind of big for when I'm not in Phoenix form. These are Ifrit. Oh, is this for when you are in Limit Break? Oh. Hold on, no, let me Yeah, I was wondering why Limit Break was kind of basic. I didn't even realize that these two were part of that. I thought it was separate to just like generic fighting tree. I do want them each though. I mean, that's something for now, I guess. Okay. All right, once we have to travel out, I'm probably going to take a short break so I can get some more coffee. Joshua.
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Better than I was.
But not nearly as well as you should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell cast.
And what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was the Warden of Darkness. Yet still, it was not
DLC
enough.
one replaced with greens, yeah.
Could have ended me at any
That's
moment,
not surprising.
Instead, chose to toy with me like a curl does a mouse.
You underestimate yourself.
Oh, it was crystal clear. Only one man established his dominance that day, and that man was Barnabas. I'm sorry, brother. That was ill-spoken. It's just, I have never felt so powerless. And when so many are looking to us for strength, perhaps the prince feels the same.
Yeah, I think the prince is feeling pretty fucking bad right now. His kingdom is in fucking ruin. Did we find out if his lover is still alive? I don't think we saw him die, right? I bet that little girl saved him.
What is this place?
I bet the curatives girl saved him. Yeah, it's her.
Don't move.
I don't think we saw him die. Potions, curatives.
Here, it's fresh from the well.
This girl's MVP. Yeah, she clutched up.
Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place. I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
Yeah, for sure, Kai. She's definitely the goat, that's for sure.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you who guided my hand then, Ultima? No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear. And for it, I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely. It was my poultices that saw you well.
The fucking poultices, dude. The curatives, the poultices.
Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there.
I understand why I had mixed reviews on release. No, I think this game is great. To be fair, we're not seeing it on day one, but I think it's great. I think it's been a really good experience so far.
Going then.
Of course. I'm healed. Thanks to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
She's lonely. He's walking just fine on his own again. He was in rough shape when he left the fucking hideaway.
Well, Phoenix, it would seem that I owe you my wings.
Did they ever describe what the meaning is behind that red dot next to the moon?
Perhaps he can find an answer. You will be returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
That girl did more for Dion to fix him than the doc at the hideaway? Yeah.
But I doubt they'll stop you.
It's kind of crazy.
Will take your medicine.
She'd be a fucking hell of a physiker someday, right?
Is it on leaving already, are you?
Mid.
How long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less, if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise. All depends on where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea who might know of one.
The Professor! I'll go and tell you coming.
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsman. I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be easy to come by in Ash.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness. You know that, don't you?
I do.
I do.
I wonder if he's gonna end up giving me the Phoenix. Like full on juicing the Phoenix. I mean, obviously we have some of it. We have a portion of it already. All right, so what's on the hunt board? Let's see. We have one new one. It's S rank. This one pays less. Velcroy, a colossal beast they had encountered. You hear them tell it had the aspect of a dragon, a lion, and a scorpion. Phantasm brought about by the heat. The sweat trains down their forehead was cold. Okay, so it's obviously in the Velcroy.
I still say it were a compliment.
Say it all. Ah, Clive. I was wondering when you'd arrive. Please tell me you've come to take our young prodigy here off my hands.
Yeah, sure. That's fine, Kai. I don't care.
I'm not here for Mid. I need information on Ash.
Then why not ask Molly if you can look in one of her ovens? Go on.
As soon as the Enterprise is ready, we'll be setting out for Drake's Spine. And we're going to need a safe place to land.
Oh, that's funny, Kai.
Preferably one that won't see my ship blown to shit and splinters.
If it were that easy, do you think Waloed would have resisted invasion for so long? Very little is known of Ash, and the information we do have is spotty and outdated. We have the good King Barnabas to thank for that. Waloed's borders have been closed to outsiders since the day he seized the throne. If there is anywhere safe to land, you won't find it on my
All right, so we're not getting a map cutscene because she doesn't fucking know.
I'm sure you know better than we do.
Or are we still getting a map
But
cutscene?
no splinters.
All right. If it will get you out of my head.
All right, we are getting a map cutscene.
But interrupt me, and it's over.
Vivian, jeez. She's really compassionate about she's really passionate about these fucking map cutscenes, okay?
Barnabas Tharm, the one they call the Last King. Understand him, and you will understand the kingdom of Waloed. Barnabas was only a boy when he arrived from beyond the southern seas, and barely a man before he united the ragged tribes of Ash. And having unleashed them upon the formidable Veldemark, he set his throne upon the ancient kingdom's ruins. The victory sent shockwaves around Valisthea, tales of Odin's might spreading through every court, parlor, and drinking hole in the realm. Note that this was in the year 843, and that the king still sits upon his throne some 40 years later, quite untouched by time. Waloed's recent inaction left many wondering if Odin had lost his appetite for war. And yet here we are. The Einherjar was committed to the fray, a bold declaration of intent. Orcs swarm around Drake's Fang, and throngs of Akashic haunt Canvas streets. Though how precisely the havoc they wreak serves Waloed remains unclear. Regardless, if the order to attack truly came from King Barnabas, then one thing is certain. Waloed has achieved the impossible, and made bedfellows of beastmen and the ether-addled alike. All of which is a roundabout way of saying that you will be in unknown territory when you set foot on Ash. Much of the continent has already been lost to the Blight, and what few ports remain will be fiercely guarded. And that is to say naught of its natural defenses. Offshore currents will cast an ill-equipped ship out to sea one moment, and dash it against the rocks the next. But then the Enterprise is anything but ill-equipped, and Mid has made land there before. Now, if only there were someone with an intimate knowledge of the Shadow Coast, and where a daring gentleman might put ashore. You see, Clive, you had the answer all along.
Do you think you can get us back to that beach, Mid?
Picked you up from it, didn't I?
The
Not
beach
that
where
they
we
were
had
easy.
sex.
The currents were
Well,
right,
not
bastard. But
those
then,
two, but you know,
if
me,
it wasn't
you know,
hard,
Clive and
it
Jill.
wouldn't be worth doing, would it?
Well said.
The same beach where
you, Lady Vivian.
coitus happened.
If a few morsels of common knowledge and a sprinkling of tavern talk are worthy of your thanks, I wonder what genuine intelligence might earn me.
Probably more visits. Mid, I need everyone in the ale hall now. I'll fetch Joshua from the shelves.
Aye, aye, Captain.
There's a new quest in the infirmary.
Please,
What is it,
Your
Yote?
Grace, stay strong. My Lord Marquis.
What is it?
Yote, is anything the matter? You seem troubled. Perhaps I might be able to help.
My lord. Yes. Perhaps you might. It's your brother. His condition continues to worsen, though he does his best to hide it. The lesion on his chest pains him more with each passing day.
I had feared as much.
There are certain elixirs which can ease the suffering of those afflicted by the curse, but... But His Grace's case is severe. The drafts I have been able to prepare for him thus far have ceased to have any real effect. So I consulted with Tarja and certain of my comrades among the Undying about the possibility of finding something stronger. And thankfully, a recipe was found. The only problem being that the critical ingredient is exceptionally hard to come by.
Okay.
And our supplies are almost exhausted. Unless we can secure more soon, your brother's anguish will likely become unbearable. My lord, I know that I have no right to make demands of you. But would you help? For Joshua's sake.
I will. I would do anything for Joshua.
Anything.
Thank you, my lord.
So, what is this critical ingredient?
A rare herb by the name of stonerwort. It grows only where the ether is densest. The vigor it stores in its stems helps to counteract the curse. We discovered a patch near the aqueduct in Rosaria. But alas, yet more ether has erupted from the earth there recently, leaving the whole area flooded. The search continues for a new source. One that we might reach without being turned.
So it's only that you can't reach it. The stonerwort itself is unharmed by the flood.
Well, yes, but...
Then I shall go in your stead.
But, my lord...
You've yet to find another source, correct? So for now, the aqueduct is our best hope. Besides, I'm a dominant. The ether can't hurt me.
Well, if you're sure, my lord.
I'm sure.
Stonerwort is easily identified by its blood-red blooms. Search around the aqueduct, and you're sure to find some soon enough.
I will.
I shall remain here and prepare the other ingredients.
Okay. Any other quests? Nope. Alright, that's actually not too far. It's not too far at all.
Come on. Fly, Ambrosia.
Alright, let me see. So is it... I don't know if it matters. I think this is fine. That tree line might block me from going on the other
Now
side.
to find our stonewort. Yote mentioned blood-red petals.
Gigas.
Just my luck. Won't be taking anything till they're gone. There's only one thing for it.
How do I use the skills that I picked up when I'm in fucking limit break? Is there a way to look and see? Hold on. Summon a storm of fireballs. How do I do that? I legitimately don't even know how you're supposed to do it. I thought it was when you're in limit break, but...
Here it is.
I don't see like any
Better
tooltips
collect
for
as much
it.
as I can before reinforcements arrive. All right, that should do it. Let's get these back to Yote.
Yote. Here you go.
Yote, I brought back all the stonerwort I could find. Will this be enough?
Yes, my lord. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm sure it will serve us until we can find another source.
I'm very glad to hear it.
You and His Grace are very much alike, you know.
We
You
are.
think only of how you might help others, and never of the danger to yourselves.
No more than you have minding my brother. You've risked a lot for him, and I thank you for it.
I am honored that you should say so. But I beg you, my lord, do not give too much of yourself for the sake of others. We could not afford to lose you.
I'll keep that in mind.
Quest juiced. All right. Well, that'll be good for Joshua. And guess what? We got some renown rewards.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
Thank you.
Is everything we've received and everything promised?
Ring
Here
of
you
the
are.
Swift Shot. Wonder what that does.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
Interesting. Okay. Well, we could go to the Velcroy and see if we can track down that boss. I don't know what part of the Velcroy it's in, but my guess would be maybe northern. It's the only place I feel like that I haven't...
Ready, go?
Like, they like to tuck those bosses away, like, in... They like to tuck them away in, like, more identifiable locations on the map. So I'm wondering if maybe crossing into the northern portion of the desert is...
Back to the stables, Carl.
potentially what we're looking to do.
This is no time to ride.
Let's go. Yeah.
I mean, considering that there's scorpions here, I would say we're on the right track. I don't recall seeing scorpions anywhere else in the desert, so... Probably back in this corner. Just a guess. Oh, never mind. What is this?
Be safe.
The Hand of Titan.
This one's awake.
Oh, interesting.
Let's see what's inside.
I've found these before, but the ones that I found were not awake. Wonder if you get skill points for completing them. Oh, let's see. Time can be extended by performing battle techniques. Oh, interesting. Additional time. Oh, I see. 3 blocks. Yeah, get his ass.
Too slow.
There we go. That seemed to have worked. Whoa, what the fuck? I don't even know what the fuck this is. Just keeps going, I guess. Stage 2. Oh my god. Damn. That was a tough one. That was a tough one indeed. Alright. Those are fun, but I don't really care for time attack stuff. Well, this is not what I came here for anyway, so... Doesn't seem like the reward... Like, you don't really get any rewards either, which is kind of weird. Or if there were any rewards, I didn't see them. So it looks like whatever I'm looking for is not here in the Northern Valkyrie. Thought it might be. Maybe check up here. What am I after? There's a hunt out here. One of the S.
No need to ride from here.
The S ranking ones. That's got like a hidden location where you have to like read the description to figure out where it is. I mean, all of them are like that, but the ones that are like the S rank bosses, they don't even tell you like what region it's in. So, I mean, I know it's here in the Valkyrie because it blatantly said that in the thing. Yeah, I bet it's over here because I haven't even been over that in these regions before. Alright, let me run up this way and see. I'm looking for like a scorpion fucking something or another. Had to do a quest and go back later. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that there will be one there later. That area is like way too empty to just not have anything, but I'm looking for like a scorpion fucking something or another out here. And that area had scorpions, so I was like super sure that it was there, but I'm trying to think. Let's try the southern tip. Take a peek over here too. I feel like for this one,
This would be easy.
I feel like for this one, I'm gonna know when I see it. I doubt that they're gonna have. I mean, I guess it could be in the southern. It could be up here too. I haven't really done much exploration in the southern part of the desert. There are scorpions over here too. Yeah, I bet it's in the southern part of the desert. It's definitely starting to look that way. I could check. I haven't checked over here yet, so I'll check there, and if not, I'm going to go to the southern part. This might be it right here.
Thanks, girl.
There it is.
We're not going to outrun this one. Stay close, Torgal.
Nuke. Oh god, dude, the frame rate on this fight is fucking gross. God. Alright, I should be able to kill it here. If not right here, it's going to be pretty close thereafter. Got him. Nice. Yeah, I think it's just this fight is just super busy. I think that's all it is. Ooh, nice. The Orichalcum.
Should have picked on someone your own size.
I need that for the sword upgrade. Huge. Let me pet the good boy. Yeah, that's that good boy. The good puppy. I love you, puppy. Here's your good boy. All right. Really want to kill that dragon. I feel like it's going to be a lot harder to kill the dragon, though. Given the current state of affairs. He was hitting pretty hard. I'll keep going on this stuff for a little bit longer. I'm positive there's going to be at least one more round of side quests and board hunt stuff. Before we like leave to a new region, though, I am going to take a break.
I have no reason to assume otherwise.
Clive, you must listen to this. Lawsman, tell him.
Do you recall when we spoke before on the divinity of Ultima? Well, it inspired me to delve deeper into the subject.
Sure.
And what I discovered appears to agree with the findings of His Grace.
Okay.
You will recall that my quest to uncover Ultima's origins began with the mural at Phoenix Gate.
Yes.
But while I've always known it to be important, its secrets have heretofore eluded me. Now, however, I believe I know where to find the more complete example. One that will reveal all we seek.
Where?
Master Clive, have you ever in your travels chanced to hear of the Circle of Malleus? I would think not, if you have. But there was once a time when the faith flourished.
Progress like 20, I got like 20 more. Yeah, but when you said you were near the end, you had done like no side quests. So
hints of its dogma remain embedded.
Your playthrough is a little different than mine.
Such as the Crystalline Orthodox.
Wait, you said it waned on Storm. What of Ash?
Religious monuments are often torn down or repurposed when new faiths rise to prominence.
Finish all the side quests, then progress.
If
Gotcha.
no new faith arose, then perhaps the
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a lot more. I mean, I still have a lot of levels yet to get to. Like, I'm only 42, I think, right now.
It would appear the past still has much to teach us, though in this case, it would not have been possible without the musings of Moss. To think that you carried a copy of my old mentor's chronicles all along. I am relieved to discover it in good hands.
I shall guard it with my life.
Joshua, if you're finished here, join me in the ale hall.
Oh shit, we're gonna do some drinking? God damn.
Right away.
Alright, let's have a little chat.
Mid said I could ride the Enterprise next. No, she didn't. She said I could.
Everybody's here.
My apologies.
By now you've all heard where we're going and why. So I won't bother you with the boring details, only the important ones. If we attempt to approach Stone here by sea, there's a good chance we'll be sighted and fall prey to the capital's artillery.
Yeah, true.
So instead, we'll disembark on the southwest coast and make for Drake's Spine on foot.
It's a long run.
I say we, but it's highly likely the entirety of Ash is under the rule of Ultima. A large party would only attract unwanted attention, as well as slow our march and require supplies which may be difficult to obtain. Only Joshua and I will be going. And a scout. Preferably a good one. Gav, do you know of any?
You bet your ass I do. I might still borrow some of Lady Vivian's maps, though, just in case, like.
Once you've dropped us off at the Shadow Coast, you need to retreat into neutral waters, fly merchant colors, and stay inconspicuous. If you sense any danger at all, you leave us behind and return to Storm.
Inconspicuous is my middle name. But like hell am I leaving anyone behind. The ship ain't going nowhere till your scurvy mugs are smiling on deck.
Jill, the Enterprise will appear a tempting target for royalists and pirates alike. You're to stop anyone boarding.
Don't worry. I'll keep the ship and her crew safe. You'll be needing passage home, after all.
True.
But... very well.
If there are no questions, I'll see you all at the docks.
All right, I think it's time that we are heading into Waloed. Well, at least into
Let me know when you're leaving.
that region.
I want a word before you go. Of course.
It's like every time you go through these cutscenes too, like there's like more shit that pops up. Alright, I think we're good. What's up, Chief?
Is something wrong?
Not at all. Honestly. Can't a man wish his friend farewell? Just wanted to let you know that I'll keep things in order while you're off saving the world.
I appreciate that.
I'll hold you to that.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go here, but give me a few minutes, chat. I'm just gonna make some coffee, use the bathroom, and I'll be back in just a few minutes. It's not gonna be a super long break, just enough to stretch my legs and all that.